No way! They're twins?
It's so hard to get anything done around the office when we look identical. I'm a successful jungler, he's a successful jungler.
It helps that I look older at least.
Oh, come on, by like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to the LCS, where we're lucky enough to be joined by Closer after taking down Golden Guardians. Couple speed bumps there in the middle, though. We heard
I got you guys.
Again. Yes, we did it again. We're both wearing 100 Thieves jerseys, we're both wearing pants and shoes. You couldn't tell because we're twins.
Got straight up fooled. It's too good. All righty.
Hey, great game today, Closer.
Yeah, solid, solid. Welcome to the show, dude. Thank you so much for joining us. I know we're going to have you here for a couple of games. Just want to get a quick thought on where you guys feel you are. It was a little bit of a bumpy game. Looked like it was going to be kind of a dominant strike and a couple hiccups there in the middle.
I mean, we were trying to not make it boring, so early game we were more aggressive today and we were not like scared to take more fights. I think it gave us a lot of advantage in the early game. But after the Baron, like game was kind of over and FBI wanted to like play a little bit aggressive. He kept playing story whole game, but like that's the solution I'm looking for. I mean, I think it was a fun game. We beat River Jarvan, you know, so it was good.
With a lot of people kind of commenting on how you guys do like to go for earlier aggressive plays, we saw you try to set up that dive on top side. Do you think the recent changes on the 12.14 patch like suit you and 100 Thieves overall?
I think I'm more so than the patch. I think we are really improving and trying to cover our weaknesses more. Okay. And I think it showed a lot in our practice this week, and hopefully we can show more tomorrow against C9. The dive at top, to be honest, I was like, guys, this is a bit crazy, but like respected, you know. We pulled it off kinda, and I'm happy that as a team we went for it in the stage, you know.
Cool.
What would you say was like the focus for the last few weeks for you guys? Because it feels like in terms of consistency, sure, some of the games are boring, but in terms of like being able to make the right plays at the right times, you guys have been one of the most consistent teams in the LCS for that.
Yeah, I mean, focus is like, I think basically aggression. Like in scrims, we are really aggressive, and in stage, we are more so like we are winning the games, but it takes long time, even though we are playing weaker teams.
Yeah.
So that was our focus, like transitioning the aggressiveness from the scrims to the stage.
So on that point, a lot of people had EG as the #1 team for a lot of this split because they do a good job of kind of dominating some of those teams when they're better than them. But recently, you guys are neck and neck. You're only 1 game behind them. How close do you feel like you guys are? Do you think you're better? Have you surpassed them? It's just like community sentiment needs to catch up?
Since it's best of 1, it's hard to say who is better, but I really want to play them in the playoffs and get our revenge. I'm waiting for that moment.
I think a lot of people are looking forward to some best of 5s between the likes of EG, 100 Thieves, Cloud9, get them in there. I know we've got you all day. If you were paying attention top of the day, and I'm sure you saw it throughout the week, we threw out some jungle lists in celebrating the 10 years of the LCS. Wanted to take a look at top 5 junglers all time in the LCS. And on that list, we find Xmithy at #1, Blabber #2, Svenskeren 3, Meteos, and Santorin to close things out. I just wanted to kind of pull you into the conversation, see where you landed on this list. Some people align with it perfectly, some disagree. From your perspective, and having played against a couple of these guys, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I think they're all really good, and I also think I will not have any problem against any of them. So, and I'm nowhere close to the end of my career, so I'm looking to end up on that list as well.
I had a feeling that if it wasn't me, it was going to be a follow-up from one of these.
One of us,
what's it going to take to get Closer on that list? I mean, how close do you think? I mean, do you think you deserve to be on that list already? I think there might be an argument, but.
I mean, there might be an argument, but I'm not like bothered that I'm not on the list, you know, because I'm still kind of new. I only have 1 championship, 1 finals MVP, so I'm trying to get more, you know, and I'll eventually end up there.
You'll get there. Looking at some of those people who you didn't get a chance to play against, maybe, did you watch a lot of the LCS back in the day? Like, did you see the KDA King Meteos days? Like, how long have you been following some of them?
Actually, my first LCS game was against Meteos.
Yeah?
I kind of out-jungled him, but I lost the game. I mean, I have a lot of respect for them. I wish I had a chance to play against Xmithy when he was on his peak. Sadly, when I arrived, I think he was just transferred to Immortals. So, yeah, I mean, I have a lot of respect for them. I think they're all great.
When it comes to whether it's those 5 players or any, LCS junglers that you've watched in the past, like, was there one that stood out to you that you either looked up to, wanted to emulate, or you felt like maybe, taught you something early on in your career just by watching them?
Not looked up to, but like I try to learn something from any of the player I play against. So I think I probably learned something from all of them, yeah.
Do you think you are, I think most people would say that Xmithie and Blabber are very different players. Where on the scale of Xmithie to Blabber are you as a jungler?
I feel like if Xmithie's aggression level is like 2, Blabber is like 10. Extreme level. I would say I have a healthy balance. I like 7.5.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would your teammates agree, or would they go higher or lower?
They would go higher in scrims, but in stage I'm more so controlled and try to think with my brain more than my emotions,
Yeah. That's good. Think with your brain.
There we go. And like, I guess it makes sense with, coming into the LCS for the past like 2 years. I think it was 2020. It was like when you came in. With the recent tier list, a lot of the times when it comes to junglers, there's Blabber, Santorin, Inspired. A lot of the times, like, especially during the regular season, there's a lot of like underselling of your skill until the playoffs hits. They're like, oh, he is that good. He is insane. Like, where would you put yourself, or even if you're gonna put yourself first, like just as a covering
of course
my
I
bases.
put myself first.
Okay, who's behind you?
Inspired.
Okay, and then behind that.
The thing is, Blabber and Santorin is very different. I feel like Blabber shines more, and Santorin is more so team player. So I think it's hard to do it, but I would say I have harder time against Blabber.
I think it's really interesting because there are so many historic great LCS junglers, a lot of them, but the new class is really good. You, Spica, Inspired, Santorin's kind of the bridge, I guess you would say. Blabber, like, what about like some of these guys, like Spica and Inspired? They're coming up in the matchup right here. What is something that Inspired does that like makes him stand out, do you think?
Yeah, I think Inspired has a lot of creative pattings. Even though it's like kind of copy-paste from LPL sometimes. He's a really good player. I think he's mechanically good as well. He likes playing with Vulcan a lot, invading Raptors in his like first petting or like second petting, invading with Vulcan. And Spica, I think he's very good too. Unfortunately, TSM changed their roster like 27 times. It's hard to create a synergy. Like jungle is all about synergy and how you understand your laners. So it's kind of sad that he ended up in that position. But I think he has that, he likes to play around top a lot. I think it's something he got from playing with Huni. And I think he's going to look forward to playing around top this game.
That makes sense. And I would say, because you've been into that similar position when you started out with Golden Guardians, there were some tough times. The team that you're currently with, though, like, these past weeks, you've had some incredible laners. Like, Someday has been killing it. Abadaga has been, like, on fire. And also, like, you've been pathing through mid a lot. How is, like, recently, like, I would say your synergy with your solo laners have been?
I mean, I'm really happy. I feel like before, if I wasn't, like, shining or I wasn't that ahead, we wouldn't really win games. And, like, past games, like, I'm just doing my job and we are winning and dominating the game. So I'm really happy how we are as a team. This was our focus, like being more so as a team. Even though some games we didn't play aggressive, that was the reason. We are trying to be more so as a team and win the games as a team.
That makes sense.
You talk about working with laners, and I feel like junglers either get overrated or underrated based off how their team's doing because, oh, I'm getting invaded all the time, I can't do anything. Or my lanes are just naturally winning and I just show up and I dive. Like, how would you, as a jungler, try and evaluate how good other jungler is doing, even in really good teams or really bad teams? Like, what are you looking for in other players?
I mean, I think it's up to you. Like, if you're getting invaded, it's up to you to just teach your laners, like, this is gonna happen and I'm gonna get invaded. I don't wanna end up in that situation. So I feel like you have to teach the laners like how you wanna play the game. You have to create that synergy.
So you can't blame your teammates is what you're saying. The jungler, it's on them to teach your team.
You cannot fully blame them.
Fully, you said fully. There it is.
Yeah. It's like you can blame them, but you got to follow up by teaching them, right? Teach them what they did
You
wrong.
blame them in the game.
Hey, you were wrong. Now let me show you what's right.
Yeah.
I mean, it is interesting. I guess then when you take a look at a player like Spica, who I think a lot of people can like universally agree is a good individual player, right? Had an MVP performance. We know what his peak looks like. How would you, as a jungler, or normally tackle having a new player or a new person slot into one of your lanes? Because you've had the benefit of being with the same guys for a long time.
Yeah.
So you can build that synergy. But let's just pretend that tomorrow one of the 4 guys on your team got swapped out. Like, how do you approach that, building that synergy with a new player, having those discussions?
It's just about practice and how you want to play the game. I think there's going to be a lot of teaching. For example, Spica is experienced and he's been through championship teams. So he definitely has to teach the game to your sport. Like, if you add a new player, you can't really expect to be perfect instantly. It's all about practice.
I mean, I think that's a really good point, too, just about the TSM and all the changes they've been through. Like, even if Spica's doing all the things you're saying, like, oh, I'm working with this guy and teaching him that, I'm teaching him this, if you don't have the time to actually learn those things, then the improvement will never come.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, EG has absolutely looked phenomenal, but kind of going back to Mark's question as we move towards this TSM game, it's an expected victory out of them, but this race here at the top of the table is looking mighty close. Just generally, when you look at Evil Geniuses expanding from Inspired specifically, what about them makes them such a threat and such a, a titan to overcome?
I think their team fighting and their aggression. Like, their team fighting is actually really good.
Yeah.
And like the way they position, and they usually like playing like Lissandra, Sejuani type of stuff. And I think Jojo is doing a good job at finding the right engages and finding the good fights. I think that's what they are best at, team fighting.
Do you think that it is based off of their mid jungle, or just like, because like you ended up just last time you faced them, won that matchup. Like, what is a focus for a team going into Evil Geniuses? What do you need to do to take them down?
I think we have to team fight well. And
There you go.
Play better.
do what they do better. Yeah, sometimes that's the answer, right?
Makes sense to me.
Because that's what all comes to. Like, you're gonna fight. You can't like run away from fighting. You're gonna fight. You're gonna get the lead, as much as lead you can before you fight, and you're gonna win the fight.
Emily asked a question earlier, much earlier, about the patch changes and stuff. Obviously, that just kind of shifts the timeline of fighting. Do you feel like certain teams are, benefited more than others by virtue of moving up that timeline? Hey, we're gonna fight earlier now instead of getting to the 3, 4, 5 item states.
Yeah, I would say yeah, but the thing is, like, people in stage still scale, including us. So it's hard to say.
Yeah.
This is going to be kind of a weird question, but what would it take from the game itself, or is there anything that the game itself can do to overcome that kind of fear that comes with playing on stage? Like, what would it take for teams in North America to be a lot more proactive early and fight over things a lot earlier?
I think it's all about mindsets. And the thing is, like, let's say we play against Dignitas, right?
Yeah.
Dignitas maybe scales that stage, but in scrims they are like completely different. Like, they would fight everything, and so it's both-sided. Like, you can play, you want to play aggressive, but if enemy team is not playing aggressive too, then it's hard to force things, Yeah,
if they don't contest, you can't just like jump into their turrets.
Takes two to tango. Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you so much for the inside closer. We got you around for a few games, but as we head out to the casters, Maple knows what awaits him today on the Rift. Take a look.
就 EG 的话，我觉得看起来像是现在有些是状态最好的队伍嘛，但是然后他们的中路对线也是出名的，就是比较凶悍的，但是我觉得我会想办法在对线上压制他的。
Hello and welcome back to the arena, because we have TSM doing battle with Evil Geniuses. TSM, exact same spot that Golden Guardians were a minute ago. They are looking to get that +3 wins to catch up with 6th place and get an upper bracket start to the postseason. Like, they're in 7th right now. Okay, that's cool and everything, but they want to get up there. Meanwhile, EG could end this week locked for a playoff bye. They can, based on how everything go, guaranteed top regular season. They have been crushed at the LCS. They've lost 2 games all split long, and here we have a battle.
All right, well, I expect LeBlanc to be perma-banned every single Evil Geniuses game. This champion got buffed. It was already JoJo's favorite champion. Maple said #1 objective he has here in this matchup is just try and shut JoJo down. So no surprise there. Very good first ban, I think, from TSM. Meanwhile, the response here from Evil Geniuses, banning away the Ahri and the Ryze. This means Taliyah has ginormous priority here. If this is not Taliyah ban from TSM, I think it's the insta first pick from Evil Geniuses.
So to see what happens. See what we get right now, because yeah, we saw some Taliyah Pantheon. Pantheon jungle is a new thing in this patch as well. I think globals overall are actually buffed quite a bit. I think I would be happy to see things like Shen and even the occasional Twisted Fate, because there is more priority on the neutral objectives, so just being able to show up for them seems to be something going on for Herald, of course, especially one, but Poppy, not taking down any may still be the one to pick in this one.
All right, even with the Hex Flash disabled, still have the Poppy priority here. Does counter a lot of the Dash champions currently in meta. Has been super, super high #1 jungle priority, went with the Hex Flash. Did get a little bit of a dink though with that disable though.
Indeed. TSM gonna keep going for the Azir. 4 games now for Maple, twice his next most played. Happy to play for that one. Sivir locked in as well, so Shurima so far the region picked by TSM.
Gosh, and new Sivir scales so incredibly well. The crit scaling on this champion is insane. See if they can keep that bottom lane scaling and safe in the early stages. Azir as well will provide even more safety for that backline with the self-peel. So really quick 1-2 lock-ins here for TSM carries.
I like it. Of course, you can see Sylas. Pretty common answer into the Azir, actually. You can somewhat stay in the lane. Of course, keep in mind the defensive withstand your lane runes to get nerfed. Potions got nerfed as well. So these melee range disparities are actually bigger in this patch than prior, but you take the shuffle yourself, you can deliver the exact same things that Azir can and have to be in melee range for all of it.
Yeah. Jojo also still liking to try and trade super aggressively and play that on the edge. Jojo gets the crowd most of the time with that hover, but he hovers it every single game, so
yeah, but
no chance.
But Teemo got buffed this patch. As a Teemo aficionado,
it did.
Trap throw range is a really nice buff.
Double AP solo laners here from Evil Geniuses. Definitely gonna increase the value of some of these early no magic mantles on the side of TSM. And they lock in the Trundle to answer Poppy. This is one of the most common answers to Poppy because you can 1 versus 1 stand up, just bite the Poppy, take the AD, fight this champion, no problem. Problem comes actually when the Poppy gets more ganks off on your laners. Charging into lane with those wall slams. We'll see how the Trundle does fare early stages. Spica has been extremely potent in controlling the early game, matching enemy jungler. Of course, when you get later to the team fights as well, Trundle ult on the Poppy is oftentimes enough for your teammates to kill the champion, even if the Poppy ults you out of the fight.
Absolutely. Get Jax off the table, Senna off the table. Keep in mind, TSM has counter picks. You know it's one of the good options into Gwen here for impact. But yeah, Senna, range is pretty valuable. You can spell shield Q, but the autos are good enough that Senna definitely feels good in the lane. So Senna TK, Senna Yasuo, whatever you want to play, all that can feel really good down there up against the Sivir. So that's going to be the first ban. TSM need a second. Is it going to be something else outranging? We have seen some Ashe support. I don't think Ashe is great in Sivir. You spell shield it, but did see that in LEC earlier as well. Jinx off the table, another champion with a lot of range early on in lane.
And it's Danny, so
yeah,
you always get bonus points for banning Jinx against Danny. Jax is the most commonly used counter into Gwen. That one already off the table. They also feel like they'll just follow this up with some safety ban away, take away the Tom Kench from the Sivir.
So I actually like Cog Lulu here because Cog just laughs at Trundle, and you have Poppy to stop the Azir shuffle as long as you're kind of paying attention for Inspired. Cog is going to have an easy time in the lane. You outrange her entirely. Neela, I believe, is enabled because we are the patch after the release.
Neela is enabled.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a dare there, I feel like.
Yeah,
I want to see the champion. They're kind of daring Evil Geniuses. Please, Danny, pick it. One of the big things to me, though, is the supports that you pick with the Neela, and Senna is one of the premier ones. So by banning out Senna, I think TSM do significantly weaken that newer pick. Still want to see it though. I don't care. Still want to see it. Rakan is a decent combo with it too. You have the all-in, you have the shield as well.
I mean, the auto attack block works against Sivir, but not against Azir. The soldiers don't really auto attack, so yeah, you don't get the most out of W. What's it going to be, though? EG saving Danny's pick for last. Rakan in for Vulcan. Everyone else pretty much non-flexed there. Back to the tried and true Ezreal. 5 games already on it, so triple his second most played. Goes for nerfed Zeri? No.
He's taking you. You're taking the bait, Phreak. All the hovers again.
I mean, it really still could be Zeri, though. Zeri is still very popular on the path, even with all the nerfs she has taken. So Zeri is going to be locked in here.
Danny is Zeri on the Zoomer.
Chime!
I mean, he actually did smurf with it now.
He
so
hard smurfed when he played the champ on Sunday. Yeah!
I went to the bathroom between games and saw TSM in there, and I was joking. I was like, Chime, yeah, hit him with the Bard again, you know? Make them start to ban it. Make them start to fear the name.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And he's gonna go grab it twice in a row now. Chime was excellent on this pick just 6 days ago. And his TSM fight for an upper bracket spot, they gotta make up 3 games in their competition. And keep in mind, they're only a game ahead of a drop out of the playoffs. Immortals right on their heels at 3 wins. Everyone counts here. And beating the current top dog in Evil Geniuses would send a message for their last 4 games of the regular season.
Yeah, we talked so much in the previous game about all the changes Golden Guardians made to their roster. TSM, before the Golden Guardians came in with all these trade deadline moves, TSM was the team making the most changes in the LCS.
Yeah.
Bringing on Solo recently in addition to Instinct and Chime. Solo doing pretty well for himself in the top lane. He's got the Fiora into the Gwen. Skill matchup up there. Put it to the test. I am looking forward to this one.
And here we go, on to the Rift. Evil Geniuses, yes, playing from home, but TSM, look, we saw crowd buff earlier. G2 clapped Fnatic with crowd buff, so if you want to try to make sure this happens again.
I don't know. I usually hear pretty loud Danny chants and EG chants.
But they're not here. Does the crowd buff work if you're not even physically in the building?
Ooh, true. Gonna have to pipe that in.
You just like get a watch party somewhere and that just counts? Like I'm curious, you know? So here we go though, Evil Geniuses and TSM hit the Rift. First place versus tied for 7th. TSM would love to find a way up the standings, and here we go. All right, as we hear the crowd chant, TSM is check in with Solo for his thoughts on the best top lane in LCS history.
Type of style and mindset, just kind of being more of a team player and kind of being more weak side and consistent and just smart and not necessarily being like flashy carry, just doing kind of what the team needs and like kind of the smaller things that maybe don't get picked up on or aren't like, you know, big kills or big solo kills, and we just move around the map well, make sure we're like always relevant and team fight really well. And you know, I've always respected him for having that play and thought that, you know, this is kind of the player I want to be as well.
So many top laners, all top laners, so much respect for Impact as a player. And Solo, pretty famous for his interview where he talked about wanting to be the glue man for the team, provide whatever they need to stick the team comp together. This time around, though, in Fiora, split push champion, got to be a little bit more selfish with your time.
Yep. Those who can't tell, this is the standings table flipped.
Yep.
So TSM in 4th place here, EG in last.
Vulcan trying to hype it up here with the inverted standings.
What I like though is TSM are in 7th, and if you flip the graphic, a 7th down is an L, which is TSM L, like is his graphic here. So Vulcan, the unintentional trash talk.
I would like to point out that Solo and Chime were both on this little show called Masterminds. As we're promoting other shows.
Good.
So 2 out of 5 masterminds have joined TSM to make this juggernaut. See if they can actually get that masterminds representation into playoffs in a strong position.
Hey, if Spica finds a new team, Kobe, you know, call you up.
I definitely would love to get another episode going, get Spica on there, see what we can cook up in the jungle.
Oh, I just figured you joined TSM, but that might work as well here. So off we go. Spam your T-Tours in chat. Come on, it's pretty. Solo gotta go and have early lane priority here against Impact. Far enough away that Lunge will not hit the vital.
So all these lanes actually going pretty much as expected here. Jojo on the Sylas, you gotta trade your life every time you're trying to pick up some minions. We get a little glimpse of Spica as he heads towards top side to secure the vision over the top Scuttle Crab, and he can even find Poppy on this blue buff. Inspired has leashed it all the way around the corner.
For both. And he's going to grab it there. Inspired realizes what's going on. Nice tackle onto the camp as well to get away.
Really good stuff. It's always good practice to leash your camps closer to the next one you're going to anyway. So Poppy, Inspired already had it in there. Spica seems like a pretty difficult dive to pull off, knowing that the counter gank would be pretty close behind, as Spica was just on Wolves. But good job from Spica. Leashes the blue buff wrapped around the wall.
All right, they're going to be fighting for this one. Yep, spotting each other. Spica's like, nah, get away from me. We'll smite to break the shell, but no problem.
And again, you're kind of illustrating why the Trundle is so often picked into the Poppy, because you have this 1 versus 1 power, the dueling power of this champion into it. Lethal tempo, plus being able to take away attack damage with your chomp is so good early on. You can fight him off of these neutral objectives, even the small ones like the Scuttle.
Indeed. But they're going to trade Scuttles back and forth, and Inspired will be up a single camp momentarily as Trundle's going into his Raptors now. These are the more annoying camps to clear, so Inspired ultimately, though he was invaded, actually is going to be ahead on tempo straight up. Top side fighting back and forth, so will receive this wave. Roughly equal CS between the two. Impact going to get his recall off, but looks like Solo will try to manicure this wave into a freeze just outside it. No, he's actually knocking it down enough. It's close. May still force Impact to TP.
Yeah. The general rule of thumb, again, the DPS of 4 ranged minions will be enough to hold it anywhere, even right in front of the turrets. He did take out the last one, though. See if we can actually time anything here with Spica. As you said, the AoE camps for Trundle, before you have items, are very annoying to deal with. No Bammy Cinder explosion, no nothing to help you along with those, so take significant dedication.
Small CS lead for Danny there with a wave still to farm as well, so substantially ahead. Cold start, love it in any non-aggressive lane, which honestly Zeri, Rakan is not. Cold start should feel pretty good. Top lane is fighting, and now Spica on the way over is on a ward. And Solo will not go for any more just yet, but Impact knows he's been there, and now he's going to try to go for safety because here comes Inspired as well for the rest. Solo is ignited, and Solo, he heals, he needs the Vital, he won't get it, he will drop a 1-for-0. EG set to bait. And now Spica's got to get away as well, gets a bit of damage done, nearly drops, shouldn't find the kill, gets away under the tower.
And I just love this bait from Impact. This whole replay, only reason for showing it would be to talk about Impact's in-lane movement. Especially for top laners, this is so important. And when you're working with the jungler and you have extra vision, this ward in Tribrush gave the extra vision over to Evil Geniuses, and Inspired says, hey, I'm close enough, bait him in. So it actually starts a little bit late here, but what I wanted to show was right when he was revealed on this ward, Impact moves back up and autos the minion in lane. That baits in the gank there from Spica and gets this whole counter gank opportunity for Inspired. So full credit for me there to the acting skills of Impact, because that means the difference in so many ganks.
Yep, Youngbin, Arrow, Impact, they're all just so good at this right now. Is Solo in a 1 versus 3. This one's going to be a bit tough to survive at this point. Well, he's going to die. Impact gets the kill, credit. Handed off to the exact right person. Nice roam by Vulcan. Good second gank by Inspired.
Really nice top side stuff there from Evil Geniuses. The coordination, Phreak. First one between Inspired and Impact, talking about the bait in. Then the roam timer here from Vulcan, nicely synced up with the gank timer for Inspired. Efficient as well. Does not take them long at all on the big wave that's crashing in front of them. TSM, though, they will pick up their constellation prize, bottom side of the map, since 3 members of Evil Geniuses show on top side to get that kill. They pick up Dragon number 1. Cloud Dragons got the nicest of buffs.
Yeah, double the power right there as you get some slow resist, you get some out of combat move speed, and looking at the slows, there's a little bit, right? You got Gwen ulti, Poppy Q, Sylas Q. Okay, everyone's got a slow except for
Yeah.
It's like actually pretty good mileage.
Yeah, like every single one, plus like all the other dragons got like a 33% increase.
Yeah, 50% higher, I think.
And Cloud Dragon's the only one that got the extra double.
Wasn't exactly great, so I think wise to buff it by that substantial amount. As TSM, yep, chilling, at least with the dragon, but down 1,000 gold right now. As we look for the stun by Chime, not quite gonna land that one. Wave clear still back and forth for Instinct. But yeah, Danny gonna be able to get another recall off for his support as he shoves the wave in. And just feels funky down there. He's been up in CS every time we've checked. Gets to kill a ward now as well.
Early upgrade for Berserker Greaves for both of them for the extra move speed. Easier time dodging out on some of these all-in attempts as well. Going to be about the roam timers once again. Look at this, Vulcan coming out. Another roam timer from bottom lane. He's going through mid to link up with Inspired.
Okay, they get the double shuffle back, but it's in, yeah. Okay, Maple did have to burn his ulti, which, hey, well done by Inspired.
Exactly, huge win in the cooldowns here for Evil Geniuses. And Vulcan, as we said, is mid. Going to help Jojo push out. Get an easier recall timer there for the Sylas. Maybe even link up for another possible topside play.
It would be a 2v2. Spica around enough. Of course, always pulling the camp toward the left-hand side because, hey, if there's ever action, it's going to be in that top lane. Nice immune on the snip.
They leash out the Rift Herald, but it does reset here because they didn't find an opportunity looking for possibility on top side of the map. Gonna release the Herald, and Evil Geniuses will retain control of it this time around. Inspired and Vulcan on that support roam timer, quite nicely picking up again. This is such a huge objective now. 200 more gold added to it, still has the same pushing power. Very, very quick one to take. Meanwhile, bottom side of the map, Zeri able to farm under tower, no problem there for Danny.
As the turrets are now attacked, as everything else goes down, Inspired can feel pretty happy about this one. Solo push all the way out. There's the white flag. It's like, I'm sorry, okay. 3v1, I understand, but Chime and Spica are on the way, so maybe there's a fight to be had. The wards are down, decent damage to Vulcan. That pillar doesn't get really anything done, but he can always jump away to safety. But now we're gonna try on the top side. They're gonna find the final vital, but will it be enough damage? He's charmed, he's stuck in place. A bit of time bought by Chime, but will it be enough here? They're gonna find another kill onto Solo, all 3 deaths onto him.
God, the top lane here from Evil Geniuses is just perfect, Phreak. Snipe there from Inspired. He doesn't knock away the closest members. He knocks away the backup, and then Solo turns around. Where's my team go? Inspired kicked them out. Again, the jungler here making top laner life hell. 0-3 for Fiora.
Like that point of view. Down on the bottom left, I looked over. I think I see him. What's up, Tom? How's it going? Nice job. All right. Blue buff's going to be handed off. Blast plant. Auto. W. Auto was wasted. W would have killed it, I think. Whatever.
All right, let's take another look. And this is the attempt, TSM trying to bring 3 members, and they pop the Fiora ultimate. Hey, let's chase him down. It's just a better ultimate by Inspired. Knocks away all the backup there. No Trundle means easy collapse onto Solo, and they take him down again.
Yep. It's like, we went for the fight 3-on-3, but my jungler got evicted, so yeah, 3-on-2, not the best play for us anymore, and 4-man got his ultimate, it didn't matter. So equal in CS, but vastly down in gold now with the kill, the assist, the turret plate claim. It's a rough look.
Yeah, I mean, we had the early video, Solo talking about selfless top lane play and being known for playing weak side there for Impact, but the team paying him back. So much attention, so many resources up there.
And still a Herald to summon, so 320 gold still to be earned, almost certainly by a Herald summon somewhere to knock down 2 plates. Means EG are sitting at more like a 1,400 gold lead when they actually press that button on his keyboard. Inspired has Chem Tank done here as well, so first to a Mythic in this game, he can certainly find himself a game.
Certainly will help. Let's see if he can do it. Again, guess what? Phreak is going topside on that completion. Chime collecting his namesake, no problem.
I like that though, I like the future market play. Again, Hex flashes down, finds a new rune, and gets the Mythic extra early. Instinct will stay alive. Thank you, move speed from Sivir ulti. Piano can get much done. CS still very close to the 2, and there's the Herald summon. Solo and 1v2 will be relatively safe, but that should be plate number 2 and 3. Almost number 4, but they don't go for it. I will be easy to pop in a second. There you go, 25 gold back.
Yeah, definitely can get baited in trying to get that last one. Spica heading over for the counter here on Trundle. Still waiting to see one of these ulti plays on the all-in, trying to punish one of those melee champions.
And now we're going to find a 2-on-2 down here. Instinct going to feel safe enough because Chime is around. And as the wave gets shuttered pretty quickly, there will not be a dive to be had.
Trundle's actually really good, especially now versus Gwen. When Gwen W's, gets a bunch of extra resistances staying inside the W. And as long as Trundle's inside, you can pop your ult on her as well and steal the extra ones. Since the duration on W got hit, it falls off quicker, making her a very, very vulnerable frontline target after that because no flash, no escape.
We sit at a 1,000 gold difference, 3v1 on the top side momentarily. Impact going to be attacked pretty soon, but Inspired's around. Is going to be enough, though, is the question. They're going to go for the dive. Melee range will be enough. Here's the shove, but doesn't land a whole lot. Maple going to be forced right back out. He'll be safe for that one. Couple of ults traded.
Yeah, good job from TSM also getting the extra cooldown out. That teleport cooldown desync now. Jojo burned it to protect, and TSM call off the play. Nicely done. You surgically just get the cooldown you're looking for. Teleport burned. Okay, Maple can go back to mid lane. We'll have the advantage there. And we're at 13 minutes, so only one more minute here to unleash the teleports, and maybe you get to see an Azir play.
And as the Scuttle drops, 119 gold earned, a play to the mid lane, shovel back to buy a little bit of time to shovel him right into his death. Maple will drop. Well stolen. jojopyun flash combo finds a kill. 4-0 to Evil Geniuses.
The instant curse. This power we have, Phreak.
Yeah.
All right, who's going to be next? We put a death mark on somebody.
Yeah.
Then 10 seconds later, they instantly get ganked.
Let's try
solo.
it. Yeah, I think it's solo for number 4. Top lane, plate number 4 is claimed. Inspired, force him away. We got the Teemo hovers for Jojo. Teemo emote coming out here. Instinct, maybe the one. Gets the spell shield. Nicely timed. Gets away from the knockup. Oh, and nearly a stun. Chime nearly had it. And Danny pops the ult to force Instinct away. Will do so. Spica on the way down, but doesn't find himself a kill. Top lane, outer will drop. Solo turret gold, a turret plate. Money in the pocket here for Impact.
Okay, so 3,000 gold lead for Evil Geniuses. TSM will again get another dragon as their consolation prize on the other side of the map, just kind of picking these up as EG keeps spending resources. Plus, gonna get some tower pushing down there on the bottom half of the tower. So 2 dragons picked up. Decent gold lead for the early stages there for EG to work off of, though. And it's actually manifesting in completed items now. 2 stacks on the Dark Seal as well off that mid lane kill for Jojo on this Sylas. Feels really nice getting this extra ability haste with their boots as well as completed Everfrost.
Well, 2 Drakes gonna be nice on the way to Mountain Soul. Worth noting, the first 2 Drakes are 40% tankier. The third, fourth, and onwards are 60% tankier. And Mountain Drakes are the tankiest of all Drakes. They have more armor and MR. So
the third Mountain Drake, I've gotten a few of those.
Yeah.
Actually takes forever to kill.
Forever.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're hitting a rock.
It's like twice as durable as a regular third Drake was pre-patch. Like it's a slow road here.
It's
but
a time investment.
It is a time investment. That's a good call. Obviously, champion stats scale up as well, so you get decent damage. But yeah, it can be a while as mythics are in for most players. Now you can see a nice row of 4 on each side. Sports just trying to push their way forward. Speaking now in a battle with Danny, but doesn't really want to keep this one. Chime is around. Will not quite find a stun. Blast plant always to safety. Natural Journey Portal, of course, already down. Red buff can be claimed no problem by Danny. Early smite for Inspired to hand it off. A while to go to the next Drake comes out. Good shuffle away as Maple just puts down a minion and jumps to it. Instinct, I should say. It's Inspired finding him, and a 2v1 is going to be more than enough. And he knew everyone was there. His jungler spotted him. Instinct just overstays down there.
Yeah, maybe you can credit it to, hey, Inspired, early smiting, a transformed smite, just so your AD carry can get the red buff quicker and come with you quicker to go for the gank. They get there a little bit earlier. The tower's about to go down. Instinct kind of gets baited by the low health tower in front of him. But
TSM.
more often than not, it's just greed.
Yeah, looks like greed right there. A little bit, to be fair, that is pretty lore accurate for Sivir, as she is more or less just a treasure hunter. So, you know, standard stuff right here. We'll see if they can get it, though. 3k health left on the Rift Herald, but no AD carry. It means it's going to be a pretty tough fight for them. TSM still going to try, though. Ulti's not going to land in the jungler. Here's the tackle. This could be a very dead Trundle, and it is. Spica's gone. Shuffle back, gets rid of the mid laner for a second, and a portal to safety. TSM only lose 1, but the fight in the first place was a lost cause.
So I'm thinking, Phreak, this Poppy without Hex Flash seems completely fine.
Yeah,
it's looking quite good. Inspired, surprising nobody, actually just turbo smurfing this game, dominating the top side of the map for Impact. Really good synergy there. Objective focus from him. I love it. Man after my own heart, going after these Rift Heralds above the dragons. I think that should be super high prio. He's absolutely delivering on what everybody's starting this conversation as MVP of LCS.
Yeah.
Would be, if he can do it, the first to get European LCS MVP, LEC now.
Sure.
Known, plus the LCS one, so definitely some prominent accolades here building for this man.
Really, really incredible player. And we're going to see the attempt now on the bottom side. Slow's going to be found. Going to steal a Bard. Ulti Win's going to hit it, though, is the question. Blue smited. There's really no heal at this point. Okay. Going to jump in for a little something. Mid lane under fire. They will trade at least some objectives cross map. Stopwatch burn for even more time. He'll still die. But a broken stopwatch, all it does is buy 2 seconds. The item is now gone for his inventory functionally. Mid lane charge going to happen, though. Will they get much more done? 9,000 health in that Herald. And yeah, not much more.
I just love the idea of Jojo getting ganked 3v1. He's like, time for some poses, baby. Some pretty slick timing on the Bard one, because you still get to move as a statue.
ER.
Hitting the second E.
Solo, once again, actually, maybe his W's on cooldown, but doesn't get away from the tackle or the blue smite, but burns his flash to stay alive.
Regardless of the show that went on bottom side of the map, Evil Geniuses take everything off the top side as well. Pushed in mid, as we saw, plus still await these little fruggies.
6-1 in kills, 3-0 in turrets. You may be down Drakes, but guess what? The items mean so much more.
They certainly do. And again, as we see Maple kind of squeezing away here from the duo, the bottom lane duo of Evil Geniuses. Inspired is 100% kill participation. Just been magnificent in my eyes. As a jungler here, definitely is one to look up to. See about finishing it out as a team, though. Now it becomes the true team game. 5,000 gold lead should be enough to secure all vision around this next dragon, and you kind of effortlessly cut off the threat of the dragon stacking from TSM. It's nicely done already, as you can see in the jungle here. Plenty of vision laid out, even in mid lane, so that any attempt towards this dragon will be seen. They've cut off all 3 roads down here towards the next spawn of dragon, and TSM will opt to go topside instead.
Not able to get the demolish off. Spica gets a single auto. A Chime portal gets him away.
Oh, that's a wraparound on Sivir.
Good. Wow, spell gets blocked out by, I'm not sure what, but he still got stunned.
It's two parts, I believe.
But I mean, the E is just should hit you.
All right, let's take a look at the replay.
Yeah.
What hit him first? Was it a QE?
Yeah, maybe Q2 actually blew up. I'm just surprised. I don't know. Whatever it was, Sivir got stunned. Maybe Switch was actually down. I don't know. But we got to fight in the top side. Okay, here we go. Inspired gets his shield back, stays in the front line. Here's the charm. Big CC out of Vulcan. And we got more coming out of Impact now as well. They've got a shutdown on a Chime already. And Spica's on his way out. But Danny shows up. Double kill first on the Gwen, though. Thank you, Ignite, for the kill credit. Double for the top side. Drake is back alive, but this all belongs to EG.
Certainly does. The entire map. They're just picking off TSM members all over. Not even going for the dragon to cut TSM stacking off. They kind of leave it up. We'll see if that hubris kind of gets punished. But I feel like the chance of that is extremely low. Danny wants that turret money. Everybody else back away.
And he gets it no problem. 6,000 gold lead goes. Gets the recall stop because of Ricochet. So jojopyun will be late on his way back to base. Minions betraying him as Maple is going to TP away. Thought he was going to get chased down by Inspired, but Inspired actually didn't care. That man could have gotten out no matter what, but didn't know when he was going to dive. So I understand the play. He's going to be top side, and it looks like the ability to trade an objective is going to be there. Looks like we do not have objective bounties, so it will just be the 500 gold earned. The first time TSM gets local gold for a turret. Bot died just a minion wave here. 500 gold in the pockets.
It is an interesting discussion on the tactics. As far as this plan, I feel like this is the most common plan where you focus topside early, you get both Rift Arrows, you increase your gold a lot, and you give up first 2 dragons to the enemy team. That decreases the likelihood that they will get objective bounties, even if you have a big gold bonus because of the power of those dragon buffs. And then you don't feel like you're in danger of losing a mid-game team fight around the dragon, so you kind of cut their dragon stacking off. That did get hurt a little bit with the increase of the actual buff power of the early dragon, but here's another look at them just picking off TSM members. Nice little Bard ult stolen there. And a little snip snip. Danny sliding through the wall. Slick!
Ignite though.
Look at that flying kick into the head!
Yeah! Damn. That is impressive stuff.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that is Lee Sin at his best.
Exactly.
Yep. Zeri stealing other moves. TSM still trying to find their way back into this game now. 5,000 gold deficit, and they're no longer really in the dragon advantage anymore. Yes, they're up 1, but they're still so far from dragon, so you feel like EG just owned the map at this point. As Hurricane is even on for Danny, the Zonius is done for jojopyun, and solidly 2 items here for Impact as well. The aggressive version with the Nashor's Tooth. I have seen Shadow Flame, I have seen Cosmic Drive, just ways of getting more health to frontline a little bit more nicely, but Nashor's is single target damage, the best you can find. Maple would like to go in here now into JoJo's. Does get the swoop. Is it going to be enough now as he steals Trundle for the stats? He's going to have a lot of them, but he is 1v3. Zonius buys some time. Health bar will tick up still, but now knows he is going to die. Bit of damage to the Chime. Cannot kill the support. And that is 1 on the board. This time around, no cross map. This time around, Fiora able to hold the mid wave, but nothing's done to the bot side.
It's kind of funny. There's like EG dominating this match, and then there's these random instances where JoJo gets picked off by the entire TSM team. Opens up the Baron opportunity, though. There is a teleport ready on Impact.
I think it's smart to go for broke here because you need to find something. A stun's going to land in a pocket. It's looking pretty good. Flashes away from the pillar. And that's going to be the stun now as well. Does not have flash, has an ulti, but there's no way it's going to happen. It's now 2 in a row. JoJo respawns in 12 and TPs over the next 4. This is a 5v3. TSM can rush on this Baron. There is no smite. It is Danny and Vulcan against the world. TP comes in now for Impact. 5v3 at Baron. JoJo's TP starts now in the top lane. Count 4 seconds down.
Danny!
Smite unanswered. Danny in the pit needs the smite. Oh, you gotta be kidding! It happens again! Spica's already dead. Baron +3.
At this point, you kind of just have to laugh at it.
Oh
Phreak.
my word.
EG with the Baron play, they steal the Baron. This time around, it was Impact, I believe, with the Gwen snips the Baron down. Oh my goodness. Evil Geniuses. It's okay if JoJo dies in the side lane, apparently, no problem.
It's a bait.
They just use it as a setup for a Baron fight.
Got a couple of TSM chants. Sadly, I hate to break it to you, they are losing this game. They are in the game though.
How
You're not
dare you.
wrong about them being here. That's good. We've gotten a lot of like European audiences who like just can't read or something. I don't know. People diss America's educations, but at least we can read 3 letters and know that TSM are in fact playing. So kudos everyone here.
You just don't want people to have fun.
I do want people to have fun. I just like making fun of people for no reason.
Okay. I do that. I do know that about
Yeah,
you.
that is definitely me to a T.
That tracks.
Sometimes an SM as well, but now we got mid lane under fire, and it's down to about 1/3 HP. Danny gonna play it safely for now. His flash and heal are up, but playing it a bit safely regardless. Maple gonna take out the top lane wave, move towards his 3rd item when possible.
I still can't believe it just keeps happening. The Baron fight.
Yeah.
Down in numbers, jump inside. Impact this one this time around. He's actually paying the team back for all the focus of top lane.
Wow.
You know, the attention Inspired gave him early.
Yep.
It's like, don't worry, I got this. Now I'll be the one to get the objective.
We're also back to Bruiser Zeri, by the way. For a while we were seeing full crit builds, but we're back to the Hurricane Titanic option.
Huh.
He's not against an assassin, really, so this feels like it's just his read that it's maybe just the best build overall. Because, right, like, it's not like, oh, yeah, there's a Camille who's trying to one-shot me, or, you know, there's a Zed and I'm, like, trying to outbuild. It's like...
If you already have Shield Bow Hurricane, would you not like just to keep going crit?
I don't know. I mean, I think if you're going single target, you go PD.
Yeah.
Right? Hurricane is clearly, like, the best on-hit item.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you know what? I like Hurricane Titanic again. I'm happy to investigate builds and see if, like, numbers moved enough that it's now the play again. But, I mean, it's not a bad build, right? Like, this was the original build, basically. Or
Well,
just about.
it has come full circle, much with the cycle of buffs and nerfs for Zeri.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the next spawn of Dragon. Again, this is going to be so hard for TSM to even get there, but there's not a lot of reason for them to overextend out onto the map, so they should make the call, just give up the next Dragon. It's only number 2 for EG. Here's another look at it. So what you really want to look at is where is Spica? And Spica right now...
628,
yeah,
smiteable.
he was still alive.
Oh, his smite would have been down from chasing.
Sometimes this is bugged.
I know.
Sometimes this indicator right there is bugged, but it did show that the smite was down.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, he could have easily just, you know, smited. Inspired. Inspired's like, oh, by the way, my Death Grab has smite on it. Like, it's probably down. You can take this one. And they were right. I'm inclined to believe Spica doesn't have smite available. Obviously, you can scroll back on YouTube or something and check for sure. But that's my guess right here. Spica obviously really good at smites normally, so that felt like it was, they go for the play, 5v3, no smite available, you know, pretty playable.
Yep, and Gwen just gets it. All right, objective bounties have arrived to the map. Try and see if TSM can make a comeback. Let's see about their movement, though. Again, yeah, it looks like they probably agree. Way too risky, not enough reward to go out on the map right now. Just try and limit the losses, defensively farm, teleport up to the top side of the map to push one wave out for Maple.
Yeah. Quick follow-up on the Zeri build. Solo queue from this patch indicates it's neither popular nor terribly performant. It is there. It's like the 3rd most common build for her, but doesn't seem to be crushing the other builds. But again, style choice for Danny. Whatever. He's going to be tanky. Obviously, won't be dying anytime soon. Quick pause there. TSM. Actually, I don't know who called it. EG may be wondering why the game isn't over yet.
Inspired has paused the game. I just read.
Okay.
I've investigated the chat.
And then he wrote R in all chat, so maybe he's
maybe we're in for a quick resume.
Who knows? Yeah.
This one though, Evil Geniuses once again showing their stature here. Currently, top of the LCS, half a game in front of 100 Thieves. If they complete this win, they will retake sole possession.
Yes. And right now, by the way, the most wins 3rd place can reach is 13. Cloud9, CLG, Team Liquid, all tied for 3rd at 8 wins with 5 to play. So as soon as EG hits 14, or they hit 13 and each team loses once, bam, they have locked top 2. Same, of course, road there for 100 Thieves. Just a game behind the pace for that one. But EG fast approaching a lock on top 2, which is a 1st round playoff bye in the postseason, which should feel very comfortable. And as they're poised to take this one, they are edging ever closer to that reality. 10,000 gold lead, tied in Dragons, and Mountain Drakes definitely scale very, very hard. They scale from the amount of armor and stuff you have in and of itself, so they're getting even harder to actually kill in this one. To go back onto the Rift. No one else said R, by the way. It was just Inspired, and at some point it just went.
Yeah, so they must have some like audio comms or something crazy.
Yeah, it's almost like it's an esport and there's headsets.
All right, Anathema's Chain, though, I love this item. Picked up here by Inspired. Does help out with a lot of CC from the other champions as well. You know, the charm there from Vulcan as he's diving in on the target, probably Instinct to the one they're going to place it on. So the CC really sticks on them. They can kill one of those carries. Maple also a decent target, but
a couple of fancy feet. Ulti's going back and forth. There wants to get all the stacks and gets pretty close. And that one onto the walls they go. First one gets grabbed, and it's Solo getting out Fiora by the mid laner. Practically solo kill, bit of help from Impact, but that was pretty well done. jojopyun with level lead, a gold lead, and a near solo kill against the man himself.
All right, 5v3. Evil Geniuses looking to end it. TSM, here comes the first place team.
And the dive on in comes from Shirelius. They will not quite find the charm, but a quick Trundle ulti keeps jojopyun healthy when he wants it in the front line. 5v4 could be the end of the game right here. 28-30 in. Bottom inhibitor is done. Mid lane has no wave just yet. No one shepherded it in. They had to bring Impact over in the TP in the 1v1.
Inspired swings his hammer threateningly. The battle shout scaring off all opponents, and they just take their inhibitor for the reset.
Well, Baron is up in 12 seconds. We know there's no teleport for Impact. There is a chance, and I like this actually, TSM, they're trying their hardest to maybe they go for a death bar or something, but shove in mid. I think, okay, they're gonna go for turret gold instead. I wouldn't have minded the look at like hard playing for the river, and the TP flank comes in. Is it gonna be enough now? Inspired, looks for Maple. Man's gonna have to flash over the wall to stay safe and shuffles all the way back now as well. And jojopyun doesn't have a lot to sort of fight back up with, but Solo is here. Turret will not go down, no river control either. TSM get a whole lot of nothing, and EG start on the Baron.
Yeah, nice little move here. They've got the bottom inhibitor, super minion. First one's about to hit that Nexus turret, so they're just forcing TSM over to the Baron.
Solo has TP. Maple does not. The 0 TP's up for EG, so no one can kind of show up to that boss side fight. Here comes a flash engage. Vulcan sets it up for 1 and 2. Can't quite find the kills yet, but it's going to be soon. Bard is already down, and they won't even get the kills in the backside. Zeri on for 2, 1 for the Fiora, triple kill for Danny, and then jojopyun finds the 4th. Solo left alone, true to his name, and he will drop there. 3, 1 and 1, and ace. Bud Light ace for Evil Geniuses. The Nexus will surely fall. A dive in to close the game. A 30-minute victory. First place versus 7th, and EG will claim their 12th win.
Quick work here for the Evil Geniuses. Nice stuff, picking up off of topside focus. Really, really immaculate stuff. Oh my God, Jojo with the fancy moves again. Pulling out the poses. He got picked off a couple times in the side lane, but EG shrugged it off. For the early game focus, I give my honors to Inspired, coordinating with Impact. Get some listen in on those comms, see who called the play. Really nice acting skills there from Impact. Kill after kill after kill on the top lane. Rift Herald after Rift Herald. Nicely snowballed.
Well, TSM sit at 4 and 10. The same fate today as Golden Guardians, playing a top of the table team. Coming up short overall. Keep in mind, this puts them only half a game ahead of Immortals. Immortals happy there were no upsets today because they would then tie at 7th with a win. And one of these teams is going to drop out of playoffs, basically, right? Dignitas, Immortals trying to find their way into that spot. TSM and Golden Guardians kind of holding on to them right now. But that's the news you want to see, right, from those teams. So we'll see if they can dive on in. And, of course, EG get that much closer to locking a playoff bye in the first round here as well. I think TSM, honestly, you do expect this. You're against the literal best team in the league. This is a lot you come in expecting. Yeah, you'd love an upset, but I think just for them, it's like, okay, keep pace. If we get lucky and FLICKR drop games, maybe we take their upper bracket spot, but this feels like, okay, they're investing, they're switching the roster around, they bring in Solo, do all this stuff. Like, get that 7th place spot, get into playoffs, and then go from there.
Yeah, definitely got to adjust the goals here. I have so many changes have come through for that team. Meanwhile, Evil Geniuses, no adjustment necessary. Keep that 1st place spot.
Absolutely. So, Kobe, do you know what I love? Big arenas, esports history, and also deep dish pizza. Same. Very, very much delicious. And if you at home like those things as well, we'd love to have you join us at the LCS Finals in Chicago. Tickets are available. You can check out the pinned tweet on the LCS Twitter account for direct link to grab yours. Kobe, you'll be there. I'll be there. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. You should be there. I really hope you do, because it's going to be just an absolute blast watching EG win back-to-back LCS championships, or someone else, who knows. Now, while you grab your ticket, we're joining Closer and the State Farm Analyst Desk.
Thank you very much, Phreak. Yeah, that's Closer, and we're the State Farm Analyst Desk. Another dominant victory out of Evil Geniuses. We're not actually going to belabor a discussion about that win over TSM. In fact, we thought, given that there's only 2 weeks left in the regular season, and as we've got Closer here with us, we wanted to kind of dive into a discussion around MVP.
Boom.
2 names jumped to mind, I think, and one for most. That would be Inspired, who we just saw play. And has looked fairly dominant throughout the split. The other that has been tossed around behind the scenes, Closer, has been Someday, one of your teammates. And so let's start on the Inspired side, because we just got to see him play, and he is your counterpart in the jungle. Yeah. Let's talk about, and he was the Pog from that game itself. I just got confirmation. Boom. Why should Inspired get MVP?
Yeah, break it down for us, Closer. Why would you give Inspired MVP?
Why should he get it?
Personally, and non-biased, I would give it to Someday, obviously.
Of course.
If you want to give it to Inspired, I mean, he carried multiple games. He always plays well, and he's just like better than the enemy jungle most of the games.
Most of the games.
Yeah, most of the games, and yeah, that's why.
Yeah, I mean, he's the LEC MVP. He's one of the opportunities to get it in 2 regions. Hasn't been done yet. There's been some regular season and like postseason MVPs from different regions, but no one's been 2 regular season MVPs domestically. And so Inspired has a chance to do that this split. I think he has a really strong case.
Same with Someday.
I was just saying, in fact, Someday has the same opportunity. They're the 2 players who could make global history.
Could be either one, but the Inspired game, or his games this split have been so important for how they actually win. You saw in that game, there was a lot of snowballing topside. Like, yeah, Impact had a really good game, but Inspired popped off really hard.
Someday has 9 solo kills. 9. How many games we played? That means he solo killed like 70% of the games. The last game we played, the last game we just played, he solo killed Licorice, Ornn versus Sejuani. When was the last time you saw someone gap top lane that hard?
Actually, Webbo tweeted out it was himself playing Zac against Ornn. He died twice in 3 minutes, he
was up 30 CS, he solo killed Sejuani.
Yeah,
like at this point, when I'm playing with Someday and I hear a solo kill top, I'm like, oh, nice. It's just like too usual. I think he has the most player of the games. I just think he's not getting talked enough. I appreciate him a lot as a teammate. He stepped up. His champion pool is great, and I think people should consider him more.
Yeah, so my question was actually going to be like, so right now I would vote Inspired. So sell me on, like, obviously we have all the numbers. You kind of did it already, but like, what does Someday do for 100 Thieves, the team?
He just wins his lane all the time. And when you play against Someday, okay, what are we banning? Or are we going to give Someday on? Are we going to give Someday Nar? Are we going to give Someday GP? Like, you have to think about this stuff. And he's just great team fighting, always wins his lane. When was the last time you saw Someday did not do anything or he played bad?
I'll look it up. I'll get back. It might be hard.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if anything, though, that's the proof for me right there that you got 3 experts sitting around you, and none of them can immediately call out a moment of underperformance by Someday. It speaks to his consistency as a top laner. Raz, I want to pull you into this conversation just real quick. Get your thoughts before we go ahead and hit the break before our next game of the day.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that these next 2 weeks, this week and in the Super Week next, it's going to be a really important time. It was the same last split where it was like the drive of who's going to contest Mount Summit. Now I think we have a few more names to contest Inspired, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no doubt Inspired and the rest of Evil Geniuses look good. Obviously, if they stay 1 game ahead and lock up first place, that's going to be an extra vote of confidence kind of in that category. But we had the conversation earlier about recency for 100 Thieves and how you guys are in lockstep with them right now. So I think it's going to come down to the wire when it comes to the MVP race. Up next, we got Team Liquid taking on FlyQuest. But as we go, we quizzed 4 of our pros on 10 years of LCS history. Let's see who actually knows what they're talking about.
Who is the all-time LCS kill leader?
Bjergsen's played for a long time. I feel like it's either Bjergsen
or Doublelift.
Doublelift or Wild Turtle.
I think it's Doublelift or Turtle. Yeah, that was also Doublelift or Turtle.
Turtle? Honestly, I feel like it's not Turtle, but I'm gonna say Turtle anyways.
Okay. It is Wild Turtle.
Oh my gosh! Dude, I knew it.
You wanna go Turtle? Sure. Let's go Turtle.
It is Wild Turtle.
Yeah, let's go.
Which player has the most wins in the LCS?
I feel like it's Bjergsen, Doublelift, or Sneaky. One of those. I guess I'll just say Bjergsen.
Doublelift? Alright, let's go Doublelift.
It's Bjergsen. Which team won the LCS Summer Split in 2020?
That was me, no? That was TSM, yeah. You guys was free too? That was TSM. Yeah.
That's just what I was on Her Thieves.
Yeah, it was TSM.
Who was the 2021 Summer Split MVP?
I think it's either Spica or Blabber.
So then if it wasn't
I'm just
closer,
gonna say Spica.
Yeah. Then yeah.
I think Spica.
No, it was Spica. It was Spica, yeah. I was coaching him, bro. Spica.
What was the name of Darius's pillow?
I remember he used to have a pillow, and it would always be on stream. He'd always be hugging it.
You're looking at me, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Mr. Pillow.
Mr. Pillow.
Mr. Pillow.
Wow.
What was it called? Tibbers?
Which champion has the highest presence in LCS history?
Cassadin?
Yeah, because that used to be like Pig Ben. Like
I think
almost
LeBlanc
every
is.
game. Oh yeah,
really
LeBlanc
high.
also.
It's like either Ezreal.
Ezreal, LeBlanc.
Oh, LeBlanc would be pretty good.
You wanna go to LeBlanc?
I kind of like LeBlanc, yeah.
I would go LeBlanc.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I'll say LeBlanc.
LeBlanc, yeah.
Yeah.
It is LeBlanc.
Wow.
Ooh, I'm actually too
Wow.
good.
What is the longest game in LCS history?
I don't remember what team it was against, but it was Complexity, and it was a 6-minute game.
Who would they play
He was
against? though?
coaching. He was coaching.
Is that
for all
14
these
or
teams.
15?
14, I think.
14?
I have no guess.
Yeah,
Liquid?
Might be Curse.
Yeah, Curse. I think. I'm down for
Curse is kind of a bad team, yeah. Curse Complexity?
Yeah, go Curse.
It is Curse. Well done. Which champion played in at least 10 games has the highest win percentage in the LCS?
Can we have like the. Can we look at the champions?
Oh, could it be Lauis one of them?
Zillion.
Yes. Yes.
That's correct. It is Zillion.
I'm actually.
Get over with it.
Cinched.
Yeah, sure.
You should know. This is partly your fault, Bjergsen. The champion is Zillion.
Oh, no. What?
Which team holds the record for the fastest first blood in the LCS?
Oh, Jizuke died to it.
Yeah, it was.
When the Nautilus hooked.
When Nautilus hooked mid, it was CLG versus EG.
I think Smoothie.
Smoothie?
TSM?
You have the player right, but he's on a different team. He's on CLG when it happened. Can you name every jungler Bjergsen has ever played with?
Was the odd one of those?
Well, the odd one was his first one.
Santorin, I know.
After
Sanskaren, I
odd
know.
one, yeah, Santorin.
You had Mike Young at some point too?
That was 2018.
Yeah, that's right after, right?
Yeah.
Acadian, Grig.
Sanskaren.
So close. Very impressive. But you missed Mike Young,
Oh, my god!
and you also missed TSM Dardok, which was a thing as well.
The thing is,
Was
anyone
anyone
like subbed
like
in or
slipped in or something?
You guys are good. You're there. That's all of them.